Buongiorno YouTube, Trev here, Something or Nothing. This week, as you probably know, I've not been that well, so I haven't gone out for walks or anything. I haven't really felt myself this week. So yeah, a bit of a change of plan. We was going to do the live stream, obviously, announce the winners. That hasn't happened. I'm hoping that'll happen this week. If it doesn't happen with Nath, I'll just do it myself anyway. Keep things rolling and get those tents out to 2 lucky winners, so keep posted for that. And obviously I've not been out, so I've not got a video to go up this weekend. So I thought what I'd do instead is share with you a video that me and Nath had put together. It's something we've done for the Patreons. I don't know if you're aware that I've got a Patreon page. It might be worth looking in for all different perks and extra footage and exclusive content in return for your support my channel. It's going really well at the moment. But anyway, one of the things I've done is recorded a few audio commentaries. Now, the first audio commentary we put on there was of our first episode, and this is another one I'd done for them, but I thought as I've not got anything up this week, I will post this online. You might be interested in this, you might not, but it's me and Nathan getting together, watching the video and having a chat. And this was taken back in 2016, I think, and it was our first time up Snowdon. Well, the only time we've been up Snowdon, but it was our first mountain. So this is the audio commentary of myself and Nathan climbing Snowdon. So hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Playing.
Recording.
Recording.
We're playing recording.
Playing recording. Here we go.
So here we are.
The first Something or Nothing outside of the area. Wasn't a wild camp, it was a hike.
I
The
couldn't
first
really,
mountain.
yeah, I couldn't really believe it because I'd been on about going up to Snowdon for forever, and then you were just like, "I've booked a campsite." Oh, okay, sweet. You know, you're so more pragmatic with those sort of things than I am.
I never used to be, Nate. This gave me a drive to get things done. You know, the channel pushed me. The edit, having something to edit and a video to make,
yeah,
sort of drove the hiking, and then the hiking drove the editing. They fed each other,
self-perpetuating,
and it just became this. You know, this was an event, but at the same time, it was all becoming addictive, and it was all new. Now it's hard work, but I still enjoy
Which
it.
side of it's hard work now?
Finding the time. Now I've gone back to work and things, and I think I've shot myself in the foot trying to keep a video out every week. So I think that needs to change.
This has got to be the best bit, surely.
It was weird. It was crackling then. Yes. We literally bought food 10 minutes before, didn't we? And spent our car park money. Pound short. But you think we managed to make that first trailer out of 4 times on Dartmoor and 2 mountains, and it summed up the next 4 years. Exactly everything that our channel was about. There's your wind mic.
My non-working microphone.
That's it, it's plugged in and not doing anything. It was plugged into the headphone socket, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I've worked out, I've got a polarising filter on the end of my lens, you can see it there, and that's what's putting the funny colour cast
Oh,
on
it
my
keeps
video.
making everything yellow.
Yeah.
Summit or nothing. Well, let's.
And look, yours is perfectly in focus and mine's just out all the time.
We might be a little bit over-equipped, might get quite heavy, might get quite hot, it might turn out to be a nothing.
Well, that's another thing with using the handy cams. That, you know, just automatic focus, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think sort of mirrorless camera technology has definitely gone.
I'm hoping that noise is not coming through the. It's just coming through the headphones and not the mic. It keeps crackling. Technical issues here, YouTube.
Always.
But yeah, the first mountain, within minutes, was.
I'm going back for my day pack. No, Trev, it's training.
What are we carrying all this shit up here for? That was your old pack, wasn't it?
Yeah, I literally took that to the recycling centre 2 weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah. And my old Van Gogh one.
I've just done a review.
I read that earlier.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Just had gone through all our backpacks. And I didn't mention that one.
Good.
Probably weighed like 2.5 kilograms.
Oh, it was. You know what? I think I give like 40 50.
What is that? It is coming through the mic. It's a bit worrying because I've got a wedding to film.
I haven't.
Cheers, mate. But hear it.
Is it coming through the mic? How do you know it's coming through the mic?
Because the sound bar was up.
Oh, right. Is it some sort of feedback because the headphones are so close to it?
Don't know. Hopefully it didn't do it all through the first
You would have heard
episode.
it.
We'll have a listen. Anyway, this is a good episode, isn't it?
This is our first official mountain, and
Yeah.
we went for the second highest mountain. No, we went for the highest mountain in Wales, didn't we? The second out of the three
In the
peaks.
UK. Yeah. It was a long slog. I realised quite how unprepared I was. I had to stop. We got up there. We done it. I mean, a lot of people sort of get halfway up and turn around. We saw it through. I held you back. I know that. You always bound on. And I was just like, oh, I've got to stop and film, Nath. I've got to stop and film.
It doesn't matter, mate. Looking back on it, none of it matters. You know, I'm older now, and I am slower with everything that I do. And do you know what? It doesn't matter any of that, because if we weren't doing it with you, I never would have ended up at Snowdon. I'd still be sat here procrastinating about the whole situation. You know what I mean? Yeah, it went again, didn't it?
Yeah.
There he is, look.
That's where we're going. That's where we are. That's where we're going.
How do you know all the words, Trev?
Just guessing. That old hat of mine, still got it. Well, that's the second one.
This is where Matey Boy asks us if we've got any spare food at the top, isn't it? It's turned up on the train, the
it
parents'
was, wasn't it?
trainers.
Yeah.
It's just like, look at us, look at all of our equipment, look at our backpacks. We carried all of this up here because we knew we were going to need it. Feck off.
Didn't need it, though, did we?
No, not all of it. Training though, weren't we, Trev?
Yeah.
Training.
Oh, no,
That zigzag bit of the path. Is this the Rangers path?
The Rangers path, yeah.
That zigzag bit was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's staring at you for miles, isn't it? And then you just get there and you're just like, oh my god, this is horrendous.
And it was the same on Ben Nevis as well, wasn't it? There were zigzags there.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
Ben Nevis was the hardest mountain to come down,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, the others just seemed like boing, boing,
We
boing.
skipped down this. Went mental on the way down, went delirious.
The little bino bit on the video.
It's good, little classic little bit of editing there. I don't do a lot of it anymore, but clever. If I just say a big headed, clever I am. But no, I enjoy doing shit like that.
I think the fastest we ever come down it felt to me the fastest we ever come down was Cadair Idris.
Yeah.
That was just...
Well, Triffin slid down the side.
Had enough of this, see you later.
But yeah, Cadair Idris was like, took us 8 hours to get up and 45 minutes to get down, didn't it?
Something stupid like that. We just bounced down to the bottom. Oh mate, the glory of having that fry up in that cafe afterwards. Oh my god, it was heaven.
We started at
Yeah.
9:30.
I love those weekends away.
Well, Cadair Idris was a good one, having that fry up in the morning before we went out back at the...
Yeah.
I'd say the campsite, the car park where we wouldn't meant
Yeah, that was where some idiot had left his alarm on his mobile phone for 5:30 in the morning.
Yes, you did, didn't you? We got there at 2, and at 5 in the morning, we're getting woken up. But it was a good adventure. That was our first mountain wild camp.
It was.
We'll have to do
Well,
we'll have to do that one as well.
next year I want it to be littered with wild camps like that. I want to get somewhere so I can get up early with the camera and take the morning shots, like, you know,
Yeah.
and the
Amazing.
evening shots, like, you know.
Well, I'd love to come with you, Nath.
Mm.
I did miss you in the year that you weren't there. I may do, you know, I met other people and was in some good company, but it's not quite the same. And just being able to be myself completely, you know, with other people you don't really know, you don't know,
Yeah.
you're treading water, aren't you? You know, you're testing the water all the time, and
The sort of comfort you only get with years of knowing each other.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But mate, yeah, I just literally, like I said to you earlier, I think life's just getting to that point. You know, people say life begins at 40, and it's just like, I feel like everything's coming together to a point where it can. You know,
Yeah.
I'm relaxed about everything else that's going on in my life.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think you're at the age now where I was then doing this, you know. It is that 4 years
But
difference.
it's taken.
I felt like I needed to do things at this point in my life.
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
different.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I feel right now. I feel like all I've done is just work and slog at it, and it's just like, right now I need to go and, you know, and I think back to these things and just like, just getting in the car to go to Snowdon, and it's like, right, dog's left behind, work's left behind, like, there's nothing I can do about it now, you're driving, just
Sleep.
yep. But it was, you know.
No, you just turn it all off and leave it all.
Yeah,
going.
and that's probably why I fell asleep, because I was so relaxed. Because
Well, you did.
everything's
We
gone.
chatted all the way up. To be fair, I think it was Ben Nevis. You slept a bit more.
Yeah, Ben Nevis, I was awful. But that was just, you know, we drove all the way there, slept, walked up a mountain, got in the car and went home.
Yeah. But yeah, at this point here,
20 years.
we're probably like 2/3 of the way up, or are we up to the zigzags yet?
I don't think we've quite hit the zigzags yet.
But
in that time, he's ploughing on.
yeah, I didn't know what I was in for really.
Just to reach him.
I definitely needed some way
Can't keep
of getting fitter.
And then you get that little-
Once a month on Dartmoor for a 10-mile walk wasn't cutting it. And I think before Scaffold Pike I started doing the coast path.
Yeah.
And then it was just, you know, the odd circular walk or a walk there and back sort of thing. I didn't think at that time, oh, I'm going to do the whole coast path. That come a bit later on. But it's been good to have something to... But I'd love to do it now in bigger stretches. So when you've got a bit of time, we go out for a week and walk and camp and
Yeah.
shit like that.
That's why we're here.
Because I'd love to do a lot of it again. Some of the most amazing bits of coast I sort of feel I've done already.
Well, like I said to you before, I'm willing now to succumb to the use of a tent and see if like a more comfortable night's sleep is actually more
Yeah, because I mean,
enjoyable.
you can get some decent lightweight tents, and even just separating them from their own packaging and stuff like that, you know, and save space. But the lantern, I think you'll love the lantern. It's roomy. It's 2-man. It's roomy. It's got double doors either side. It's light. And maybe the green would probably suit better. But have a go on the white. Have a go on my lantern next time we go out.
But I was interested in. It's like even like if we go out this weekend, I still can't help but want to take a reasonable sized pack with precautionary equipment in it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's you know, you see us walking with these bags, and it's just like when we went up Snowdon, I was picturing walking up a mountain that was going to be empty and was going to be vast. And you know, if the elements come in, or someone's, you know, like sprains their ankle, breaks their ankle, or, you know, mountain rescue. And I had all of this in my head. So I'm packing my pack with food and you know, there's a blanket and warm clothing in there just in case the worst happens, like some sort of mountain leader. And obviously, you know, you can watch this video and you can see that it's nice weather and you're never more than 10 foot away from somebody else that you could shout out for help. But it's you know, I'm always going to be that guy that packs and sort of takes
on the of caution.
Yeah,
I'm exactly the same. You know, my Dartmoor in a day, I was going to take a shelter, and just in case anything happened and I had to kip, because I didn't know if I was going to do it in a day. I didn't know if I was going to get halfway through and think this is hard, or the weather was going to come in and I'll get lost.
Yeah.
But in the end, I packed so much food and water because I thought I need the energy. I I couldn't fit a pack in there, a tent in there. You know, I had like all my. And Donna, you know, she's watching me put my water filter in and my first aid stuff, and she's like, "You don't need all that." And she'd go with just her handbag, you know.
But something that I have learned from, or one of the things that you learn from everything that we've done, is, especially when you look at the first pack video we did on my kitchen table, where there's so much stuff in all of our bags, and it's just like you learn very quickly how little you actually need to survive a night.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, when you think about getting lost on Dartmoor and this, that and the other, you start to actually gain a bit more comfort in your hiking, knowing how little you actually need and what you've got in your pack, and sort of knowing how to use it and the experience with it. Like,
yeah.
Because it's like a lot of these things, even like simple things, like when we got the tarps, like learning how to put the tarp up.
I'm still learning.
But it's you know, it is quite interesting to see, you know, like even the clothes that we wore at the start and everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really aware of layering at this point, and
I was still totally trying to match my bag with my jumper. Coordinating. Oh mate, didn't I have a red head a minute ago? I could see, like, it was just in the corner of the video, like an out of focus tomato.
Oh, it's beautiful though, isn't it? Look at that. What about the views, Nath? And you.
Really? So that's my tripod in the top of the bag there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I kept thinking it was that. You remember that old black foldable sleeping mat I had? I used to pull out all the time and sit on.
Yeah.
It was definitely in the top of my pack on the Penny Fan videos.
It's quite bizarre. It's like the day to the seaside, and there's thousands of people there.
It is soul destroying to get that high up
Not like our Dartmoor.
and find that many people there that have just come up on the train, though, isn't it? I think that's the worst thing about Snowdon, is you feel cheated when you walked all that way and then you see people that are just like...
I mean, there was a lot of people walking, and from every direction, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the train just dumping people up there.
I mean, it's wonderful for people that, you know, might have disabilities that wouldn't be able to get up there any other way. I think it's brilliant, but it just when I think of walking up a mountain, I think of total isolation, and I think of, you know, there being snow on top, and I think of crampons and ice axes and ropes and danger. Snowdon, my first ever English mountain, just totally smashed.
Welsh mountain.
Well, my first ever British mountain smashed all of those dreams right out of the park.
Yeah, it was a big. It's a popular mountain.
On a bank holiday weekend. Was it a bank holiday?
It was, in
Yeah.
August.
Good. Yeah, we made a good choice there. Learned some valuable
That's
lessons.
this weekend coming.
Yeah, 4 years
4
ago
years
this
ago.
weekend.
So still climbing.
Yeah, it's been absolutely.
Yeah, I had absolutely no stamina. I found it really hard.
Populated, if I'm honest.
Actually, the next day when we done Triffin, I found a lot easier, and it was a lot more of a reward. Even though it was a fucking nightmare, it was more rewarding as a mountain, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
I came back, and the photo I found online of Triffin, I was like, I've climbed that, and I was proud to show people, look what I've climbed, that, and it looked like a mountain, you know.
Do you think then that climbing mountains is like drinking? Because like you can always drink a lot more, a lot easier on the second day.
I'd forgotten what it's like to drink. Like that.
Oh yeah, me too.
This is like the first time I've had a beer
So
for
we're pretty good at this, being British.
ages, weeks.
Oh my god, look at that queue.
Yeah. You wouldn't do that now, would you? Social distance.
Yeah. You just push everyone off.
Look at that view, though. Look at that. One day I'd like to be able to watch this video and go, oh, that's such and that's such,
Been there, been there.
know all this area. That's next. Get to know that. And do all the Wainwrights and...
I'm up for some more Snowdonia expeditions.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. And I love the Lake District. I think Snowdonia is more... seems a harsher terrain. The Lake District is just beautiful.
You get a dickhead coming down here.
It's going down.
There wasn't any holding back in the first videos, were there?
Savour these views. Look at them.
Oh, just listen to them. Me, 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 me,
Yeah.
me, me. They're like gulls at the beach, this constant background noise. Oh my god, look at it.
And amazing, isn't it?
But now, what we know now, and especially about the following day when we done Triffin, the weather, it's just we couldn't have got it any better, could we?
No, we were lucky on all three of the big peaks.
Yep.
We got up there
Yeah, we were.
in clear weather. We didn't always come down in clear weather, but we got up there in
Scarfelt.
clear weather.
Do you reckon if we went back there, if we were there now, do you think you'd get recognised? A lot
I
more?
don't know, possibly. I
Do you
still,
think the swarm of people would be around you and not the peak?
I don't think so. I don't know. Possibly people would have seen the video leading into Snowdonia, or if they was going up Snowdon, they might have researched it. That's a rum and cokes.
We used to do that, didn't we?
Yeah, we had. I thought we always had G&Ts, but that's a rum and coke.
It's Captain Morgan's, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh, sorry, we're not allowed to say.
It was so we want.
We spent
I'll
such
put a link in the description below.
we put so much effort into covering up the brand on the can. You know, I've just let it out the bag.
I don't think it matters. I don't know how copyright works with YouTube really. And you can't put anything on the telly, but
You must be able to
seems
say
be-
it.
I don't know. But look at that, this shot. I mean, I am zoomed in, but
Still.
still.
Yeah, what are you zooming in on?
Thousands of people now.
Yes, thousands of people.
But
It's crazy. It's such a... Like, when you read... what was that book I was telling you about? The... I can't remember it. That guy that was a hiker or
Oh, you said-
mountaineer.
yeah.
I can't remember what it was called, but when basically he started, you know, mountaineering like in the 70s, I think, or when he was young in the 70s, and basically just the kit for that sort of thing was all specialist. You know, you didn't have your trespass and your millets and you know, this was all just becoming on the very tip of the iceberg that is the rambling, hiking, mountaineering community. And they were just making do with all sorts of ex-military equipment, and you know, you just look at all of these people on this mountain now, they're all Berghaus and sort of, you know, all your Rabs and your North Faces, and
it is huge, isn't it?
It is such a big industry now. Like, you know, you go back sort of 40, 50 years, you'd never be able to find hiking poles. You know, people would have had adapted ski poles or something, you know.
Yeah.
And the ultra, you know, the super lightweight equipment, the lightweight materials, it is as accessible now as it has ever been, and the materials and equipment to do it are more accessible, plus they're lighter and more efficient, you know. It's there's never been a better time for anyone to get into it, especially now that people are being encouraged to holiday in the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine like places like Go Outdoors and that, I know they were struggling, but I bet they've had a good summer.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's on there, you know, I've looked for things online on Go Outdoors and nothing's ever in stock. So whether they can keep up with the demand.
Follow the train back instead.
But
We did contemplate going down the route you.
Well, that backpack I was talking to you about earlier
So long to get up.
was actually £30 cheaper, and they put the price back up over the summer.
yeah,
You know, so like, God knows what's happened.
You can already feel you're moving at a better pace.
but that hoodie there I'm wearing, that trespass hoodie, that was the most comfortable and breathable, lightweight. I love that hoodie. I wore it to work, I ruined it. I'll kick myself because nothing that I've bought since has been as comfortable as that.
Yeah.
And they're either like too tight around the wrists, or they got elastic around the belly and it keeps riding up. You know, it's all, nothing's comfortable like that was.
Well, it was like 3 days ago.
I got a North Face fleece, which is quite cheap, but it's quite thick. It'd be decent for the winter, but just as an additional layer in the summer, you put it on and within minutes you just overheat
Too
it.
much, yeah.
Whereas I had that one and I had a Regatta lightweight fleece, which was really nice. Both of them I've ruined by wearing them to work. Kick myself.
I don't wear that soft shell anymore, and I should. That was a really nice jacket. You know, it was quite lightweight and breathable, but it just really did stop the wind. You
Yeah.
know.
A route where you're all on your own, and then get up to the summit. and
Just
all
the
of a sudden,
zigzag.
Thousands of people.
Crazy, isn't it?
Or was that a different route?
No, I think that was the zigzag. Because we're on the zigzag now, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we might be. I would like to do Snowdon again, but it's knowing the best time to do it.
We're going to do that Crib Gok.
I don't know, mate, if I could. To be honest, that looks pretty severe.
Do you want to get up and have a look at it?
I don't know, Nave.
No.
I'd like to do Helvellyn up the ridge path on there. I think that's one that looks manageable, and for a taster, I think that would be a good one to try first. And Helvellyn's a nice mountain.
Yeah. I've never been.
No, you will have to come with me.
The mountains in the
It
background.
is a cracking mountain. I can't even think of the ridge. I've had a day like this, writing those reviews for backpacks and just forgetting normal words. Oh, it's driving me
The
nuts.
first little zigzaggy bit.
But here we go, now we're making our way back down to level ground,
So this
down
is
to the train station. Do you remember the train station?
I remember the train station.
almost over.
I remember we saw a steam engine, didn't we?
So far, not much heard.
Was that there, or was that...
See,
Yes, it was. We was doing a time lapse, weren't we? And
Yeah,
it went along
Sat in
underneath.
some field somewhere chilling out,
Yeah.
probably eating more food whilst I was trying to sleep.
But yeah, I do remember just going off my head coming down here. The adrenaline was just pumping through me, and didn't film it, but I always used to get a bit crazy on the way down, didn't I, Nath?
Yeah.
Remember?
those goals, then we'll
One of the other things at this point is we didn't have water filters with us at this point.
No.
So we were walking up and down. We were preempting. We were thinking before we went, how much water are we going to need, and carrying that much water with
I
us.
wonder how much water we had in our bag.
I was
Of that.
I was terrible for wanting to carry an extra 2 litres everywhere.
Yeah, I reckon it must have had like 2 or 4 litres. But there you go, that's Snowdon. Our first mountain. Thanks ever so much, Nathan, for joining me in
Yes. No,
this
thank you.
regaling of the old days.
Thank you for the invitation for a trip down memory lane. It's been good. Really enjoyed it.
And I think now is a locking in credit. Please like, comment and subscribe. So thanks ever so much for watching and listening to us, if you have. The old hag films, the old credits.
Like, comment, subscribe, share
share.
the fuck out of us.